Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Successful Women's TV show. My name is Galit Ventura Rosen. I am a professional speaker and co-founder of Everyday Woman TV, where you are watching this or listening on my podcast. But if you'd like to watch it, please visit everydaywoman.tv.com and you can actually see myself and my special guest today. One of my favorite things to do in the world is spotlight women from all over that are making a difference and doing what they love. Today, I am excited to have with me Nida. Welcome.
Hi, Galit. Thank you for having on the show. So
Nida, tell us where you're joining us from.
I am based in Bangkok, Thailand, but I work with clients all around the world.
I love that. Oh, that's definitely somewhere I want to visit one day. So Nida is a serial entrepreneur, top-tier business consultant, self-identity reinvention coach, which we're going to be talking about today, and former Fortune 500 executive with more than 2 decades of experience in business, psychology, and personal development. She has been featured on Business Insider, Fox, ABC, CNBC, USA Today, and way more that I'm not going to have time to mention. So take us away and talk to us first about what this reinvention is that we're going to be discussing today.
Yeah. Well, when clients come to me and, there are clients that have had coaches before, and there are clients that have never worked with a coach before. And most people will think that, well, working with a coach is about goals, setting goals, getting things done, having accountability, that kind of stuff. But that really is a very small part of coaching, right? My coaching really goes in deep. And the main focus or the framework that I use to communicate with my clients is called the 6 levels of reinvention or transformation. So when we read personal development books or we go to seminars, people think that, if you want to transform yourself, become the better version of yourself, basically work on yourself, do the personal development work, most people think it's about your mindset and your behavior, right? But in reality, it's not just that. It's 6 levels of transformation or 6 levels of reinvention. And so when a client comes, I always give them the simple idea. Okay, so today you are a specific version of yourself. You perceive yourself in a specific way. When nobody's watching, nobody's in the room, nobody's looking, how would you describe yourself? What do you think about yourself? How do you feel about yourself? And then we look at the goal. The goal really is to transform you into another person, but you're still your authentic self. Actually, the goal is to become more authentic, to become more of your true self, and to develop yourself into, the next version, whatever that means for you. And then you want to describe that person in details. And we want to look at the 6 levels. Where are you today with those 6 levels? And where do you want to be with those 6 levels?
So let's stop for a second, because I want to kind of dive a little bit deeper. And then I want us to get started with the 6 levels so we have enough time to cover it.
Yep.
When somebody's listening or watching and hearing, what do you mean? I should reinvent myself, or, oh yes, I've always thought about that. I want us to really kind of dive into the fact that a lot of times we don't know really who we are. And I think it's important to say that, because it's not that you're trying to change people into being somebody else. It's that you're helping them find their true version of themselves. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, you're saying that correctly.
Okay, good. Because I really want to make that a point. So as somebody that has reinvented herself multiple times in her life, hello, me, I get bored easy. So that's what I do. I have to tell you that experiencing these changes, and I'm so excited to hear your levels to see if I went through those myself, is not always easy, because you have to do work to kind of get past the society, the peers, the upbringing, and the molding that has been done. Is that fair to say to you, Nida?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, take it away.
So the first half of our lives, we've lived our lives to please the other people, to be accepted by society. It's kind of like a survival instinct, right? But then when you reach kind of like in the middle of your life, like you can call it most people will say like, oh, I hit midlife crisis, but I call it midlife opportunity. It's really an awakening point where you've awakened, and not everybody goes through this, of course, but if you get the opportunity to awaken, we start to realize that, hey, there's not a lot of time left. And I've spent my whole life living to please society, to society standards, to make my parents happy or whatever, right? And then now, oh my God, I have like another half of my life left. And now I want to focus on myself. I want to choose what really makes me fulfilled, what makes
I
me
think
happy.
that was so beautifully said. And I think so many people can relate to that. And it doesn't always have to happen when you're 30 or 40 years old. I know 40 is like the midlife crisis, but some people go through it sooner. Some people go through it later. But start taking us away with this 6 levels, because I'm so excited to talk about that.
Yeah. So imagine a pyramid. At the top is the vision, right? So today, when you say I use numbers because it's easier to understand. So today, say, for example, you're version 5.0. You want to get to version 6.0, whatever that means. Now, the pyramid for version 5.0, you will have a vision that is based on you, but you according to your 5.0 version. When you reach 6.0, you have a different vision, because you're like a different person. You're the same person, but in a different version. You're evolved, right? You're elevated. So your vision will be different. The vision, what is possible for you will be different. How you envision yourself in the future will be different. The second level is identity. And this one is really important. We can call it self-concept. We can call it self-identity. It's about how you perceive yourself. When no one's looking and you're like 100% honest with yourself, how do you perceive yourself? What do you feel about yourself? Who do you think you are? If you were to describe yourself in full detail, what would that be?
Would you call that sometimes almost your subconscious thoughts about yourself, or sometimes things you think of often, but you usually push away? Oh, no, that's silly, or no one would ever be okay with that. Things like that.
It's in your conscious mind, and it's also in your subconscious mind.
So yeah, I could see that. Subconscious.
Yeah. It really depends on your level of awareness. If you have high awareness, then you kind of know what's in your subconscious. So you bring that to your awareness. For example, oh, actually, I don't feel good about myself. I don't like myself, or I feel I don't have high self-esteem, for example. Now, most people don't go around thinking about these things on a daily basis, right? So yeah, but so usually it's a feeling like I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel confident.
Or what about something's missing? Yeah. Or you know what else I've heard over the years is there's got to be more than this. I've heard something's missing. There's got to be more. It just feels like at the end of the day, when you're done doing everything that you're supposed to do, that something still doesn't feel right. Is that something you've experienced with your clients?
Yeah, it's the real root cause of that is because you're not who you really want to be.
Agreed. But wouldn't that be the identity? Like, hello, let's start working and figuring out who you really are.
Yeah. So everything that happens in our daily life, it will be somewhere in this 6 levels.
Okay. So vision and identity.
Yeah. The next level is values and beliefs. So values, the things that are important to you, what values do you hold? What beliefs do you have about yourself, about the world, about people, about life in general?
Okay.
So all these levels have to be aligned.
Will you please share with everybody before we wrap up how they can get a hold of you, how they can learn about working with you?
Well, I'm on all the social medias, and to work with me, you can go to my website, which is NidaLeard.com. And there's also a free business quiz that, if you're a consultant, if you're a coach, if you're a practitioner or an expert in any field, and even an agency, you can complete a short quiz, and we give you a free blueprint to grow your business. Yeah.
Nida, will you spell out your website for those listening?
Yeah. Sure. So it's Nida Leard, NIDALEARD.com.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Well, thank you for taking the time to share such a great topic. I'm excited for our listeners and our viewers to learn more about you and connect with you. And thank you for being a guest today. We appreciate you being there.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. Love it.
Thank you. And those of you listening and watching, thank you so much for tuning in for another week of the Successful Women's TV show. My name is Galit Ventura Rosen, and I will see you next time. Bye.